Ever noticed a cable attached to the uniform of each fencer during the Olympic Games? Wonder why it looks like a leash restricting their movements? Well, let's dive right into it and unravel the mystery of the cable, its purpose, function, and importance in the world of fencing. Now, contrary to appearances, this cable is not some form of restraint or limit to the fencer's movements. Quite the contrary, it's an essential component in the scoring system of this fast-paced, highly tactical sport. So what does this cable do? It connects to what is known as a body cord or body wire, serving a vital function in keeping the score. With fencing's swift strikes and needle-like blades, it would be a Herculean task for officials to accurately keep score by mere observation. Hence, the introduction of electric currents conducted through strategically placed cords to register each touch. The fencers typically run this body cord up through their jackets and down the sleeve of their sword arm to clip it to their weapon. Now, in EP fencing, the target area is the entire body, including the head and feet. Therefore, it's not necessary to distinguish where the touch occurred. However, in foil fencing, with the target area being the torso, or in saber fencing, where the target area extends from the hips to the head, it becomes crucial to know where exactly the touch landed. Hence, fencers in these categories also have to clip the cord directly to an electrically conductive jacket known as a lame. And to make things even more interesting, they have a mask cord as well, which connects their lame to an electric mask. So there you have it. That curious cable you see is an integral part of the sport, ensuring accurate scoring and fair play. It's not a leash, but a lifeline, connecting each fencer to the complex, electrifying world of fencing. Now that you know what the cable is for, let's delve a bit deeper into how it works. Scoring in fencing is too complex for officials to register just by watching, hence the need for the cable. So how does it work? Well, the science behind it is fascinating. Each fencer's weapon is connected to a body cord via a cable. When a fencer lands a hit on their opponent, an electric current travels through the cord, registering the touch. This system ensures that even the swiftest strikes, too fast for the human eye to capture, are accurately scored. Now, depending on the type of fencing, the target area varies. In EP fencing, the entire body, from head to toe, is fair game. Therefore, it doesn't matter where the touch occurs, as long as it's a touch. However, in foil and saber fencing, things get a bit more complicated. In foil fencing, the target area is restricted to the torso, while in saber fencing, it's the area stretching from the hips to the head. This is where the specially designed, electrically conductive jacket known as a lame comes into play. Fencers in these categories have to clip the cord directly to their lame. But that's not all. They also have a mask cord, which connects their lame to an electric mask. This intricate setup ensures that only valid touches on the target area are scored. It's like having an invisible referee, impartial and infallible, keeping track of every move. The electric system eliminates human error, ensures fairness, and maintains the speed and intensity that makes fencing such a thrilling sport to watch. This might sound like cutting-edge technology, but you'd be surprised to learn that electric scoring has been part of fencing for quite some time. The electric AP made its debut in the 1930s, the electric foil followed in the 1950s, and finally the saber went electric in the late 1980s. The technology might seem modern, but electric scoring has been part of fencing for nearly a century. Let's take a brief look at its history. Believe it or not, electric scoring has been a part of fencing for nearly a century. This might come as a surprise considering how modern and high-tech the system appears today. But like many things, it has its roots steeped in history, and it has evolved significantly over time. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Picture it, the 1930s. Fencing, a sport deeply rooted in tradition, takes a modern turn. An electric épée makes its debut, revolutionizing the game. This was a significant development as it allowed for more accurate scoring. With the use of the electric épée, the sport became less about the subjective judgment of referees and more about the objective measurement of touches. Fast forward to the 1950s, the electric foil enters the scene. This was another major game changer. The introduction of the electric foil meant that now not only could épée fencers benefit from the accuracy of electric scoring, but foil fencers could too. The sport was evolving, becoming more precise, and the competition was heating up. And then, in the late 1980s, the saber went electric. This was the final piece of the puzzle. With the addition of the electric saber, all three forms of fencing, épée, foil, and saber, had stepped into the electric era. This marked a new chapter in the sport of fencing, one where every touch, every move, every strategy could be measured and scored with precision. So, you see, the cable attached to each fencer isn't some random modern addition. Rather, it's a testament to the evolution of the sport, a nod to the history of fencing, and a symbol of the relentless pursuit of accuracy and fairness in competition. So, the next time you tune into a fencing match, you'll know exactly why those fencers are attached to cables. It's not a leash, it's a sophisticated scoring system. In the blink of an eye, a fencing match can be won or lost. That's why the cable is so crucial. The cable, or body cord, is an ingenious solution to the challenge of accurately scoring in fencing, a sport marked by swift strikes and needle-like blades. It conducts electric currents registering each touch and ensuring that no point is missed. Fencers run this cord through their jacket and down the sleeve of their sword arm to clip it to their weapon. Depending on the type of fencing, épée, foil, or saber, the cord may also be clipped to an electrically conductive jacket known as a lame or even a mask. This electric scoring system dates back nearly a century, with the electric épée making its debut in the 1930s, followed by the electric foil in the 1950s, and finally, the saber in the late 1980s. Fencing is a sport of precision and quick reflexes, and the cable is a testament to the technological